So Ben, get your head out of the clouds. Welcome
Sorry,
back to our weekly Wednesday update.
I'm just thinking about the sky, John.
It's out
Talking
there.
about clouds, about sky. The My Sky exhibit is opening up at Ella Sharp, February the 15th.
I'm so excited to hear that. I want to go to
Yeah.
that. I
Yeah.
love the universe, the space.
Yeah. Well, you have a particular connection to
I
it
do.
because you're a pilot.
Yeah.
So you care about the sky, but the sky, it impacts all of us, right?
Yeah.
It's fairly universal. The universe exists in the sky exists in the universe. This guy exists in the universe. Anyway,
Sometimes I think you're in a vacuum.
This exhibit is in partnership with NASA, which is really cool. NASA is starting to kick their feet again. I'm kind of excited about it. So I know that I'm going to plan to take my family there, and I think that you should too. Jackson is an incredible community. I love that we have different museums, different avenues for education, kind of continuing to develop, and we just have a rich history in Jackson. Are you looking for your MySpace account?
No, actually, I have four apps that involve space. A NASA app, a NASA Viz, Star Walk 2, and Space Museum.
Huh.
Those are so cool.
Yeah, I always knew you were a little bit spacey.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely. But you can view the night sky, and by moving your phone, you can see the different constellations and star names. It's really cool. So if you don't have one of those apps, you might just go to Google Play or to your app store and look those up. So those are great.
Yeah. So the sky is the most visible, least important thing we're talking about today. We're talking about our national tone and how it affects the real estate market.
Wait a minute.
Now, it's not more important.
Can we be on
but
the
it's
same
more
side of the
applicable.
table and agree?
I don't know.
Can we be on the same side of the table and disagree?
I think so.
That'd be amazing because in our culture right now, there's a lot of division.
Yeah.
And how is that going to relate to the real estate industry? What do we think is going to happen?
I think part of the center of the division in the U.S. as we enter into and continue through 2020 is the election. I think that an election year, it's not a hurrah democracy. It is you have a different opinion than I do, and we kind of fight and we battle, and it's a really interesting thing. And it creates this almost sense of unrest in all of us, and it impacts our career specifically because when there's a certain level of uncertainty maybe is a better way to put it.
That's a great word, uncertainty.
Then when there's uncertainty, people don't make big decisions, and we are the brokers of big decisions, aren't we? The housing market, the real estate industry is at the center of some of the biggest decisions a number of people make for their entire life. My wife and I were talking a little while ago, and I was like, well, we're going to have this expense coming up, and it could be, I don't know, maybe a small expense. And she was like, what does small mean to you? I was like, oh, probably like $5,000 or $7,000. And she's like, $5,000 or $7,000? I deal in Cheerios every day, Ben. I'm like, well, I deal in houses. So there's a different level of comfort. Yeah. So we naturally kind of fit in that multiple thousands of dollars dealing that we sit in every single day, but not everybody does. So we're in the middle of an election year this year. How is that going to impact the housing market?
Well, hopefully we're not insulated from the reality of how it impacts people.
Right.
That we keep the human element, and I think that's a lot of the value that we bring to our clients is keeping the human element to our real estate stuff. So in terms of the uncertainty, people just don't know. And I think that what we're going to see happen this year is the first 3 quarters are going to be very, very strong. If you're thinking about selling a house, that's the time to do it. If you're looking for a good deal, we think the month of November is the month for you to make your deal on a house.
Wait, and then make an offer in November if you want a killer deal on a house, because
when December comes, it's going to be back to business as usual, and here's why. 50% of the people are going to be, woohoo, my guy won.
Mm-hmm.
Life is, or my girl, whatever. Life is good, and they're going to be spend happy, and life is going to just be a bowl of cherries without a bunch of pits. And on the other side of the coin, there are going to be 50% of the people that are saying, boy, these are the pits from the cherries that side got.
Yeah.
So there's always that. But business will go back to normal in December.
Yeah.
And we'll see that carry over to January. And January would be a lot like we were talking about last year, or last week, that it'll be probably down a little bit in terms of activity.
Right.
And again, weather has something to do with that. The economy is going to have something to do with it. And the presidential election is going to have something to do with that.
Absolutely.
So again, just to recap that, if you're going to sell, let's get it on the market
early,
in the first 3 quarters, so we can get you the best offer.
Maybe we should take November and December off this year. Maybe not.
No, I don't think
No.
so. I think
So
we're
not just spouting our opinions, though, are we?
No,
this is a national
things.
pattern,
Right.
that there's not the market doesn't stop.
Right.
It keeps going, and
it's a little bit slower, but
it's a little bit slower.
Slowly. It still keeps going.
But I would say that if we look at a 4-year average, that 4 years is still, the market hasn't been impacted so much that I can't say it correctly.
Yeah, it's down just a little bit.
Yeah.
The best year, and there's 50 years of data research on this. The year after the election is
the best
always
year.
the best year.
Yeah.
And then the 4th year in the election cycle is one that's slowed a little bit.
Tumultuous. Yeah.
But still, Ben, what
Yeah.
we're seeing in our market for the last several years is the market just keeps going up.
It keeps going up. And I think that rise is going to hold steady, and it's just going to be that November, maybe October, maybe it'll bleed into October, but that October-November timeframe. But it's like the market pauses, and then just like every single week, the trash guys show up and pick up my trash, right? They get it out from my trash can, and they take it to who knows where, and that trash is there every single week. And during the holiday season, they take some time off, but trash still piles up. Even though they took a day off, they just kick everything back one day, make up for time lost, and keep rolling into their normal schedule. And I think that's what the real estate market does too. We kind of pause for a month, and then the whole next year, everything accelerates rapidly. The whole market kicks off. So it's not going to be a bad time. It's not going to be a bad year to sell. The real estate market isn't going to be bad at all, but next year it's going to be even better.
Yeah, and we don't expect to see prices decline this year.
No.
They probably just won't increase as fast as they have in the last 3 years.
Right.
Still, they'll increase, and the supply is still short.
Yeah.
But we're going to have a good market this year.
Yeah. The final thing I think we need to recognize is this year I think there will be a lot of talk of recession.
Yeah.
Specifically, if certain candidates get elected, their national opinion, I think, is that we're going to enter into a recession, and I disagree with that perspective.
Yeah, is it possible? Sure.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not expecting it. Maybe a little bit of a slowdown, but I'm not expecting to see a recession.
But I think that we could have a recession. I disagree with you, and we're on the same side of the table. But I define recession a little bit differently. Recession could mean that the market starts to drop, but it could just mean that it doesn't increase as quickly as it has been. I think we're going to see a continuation of the expand of the market that we've experienced over the last several years. But that expansion may just slow down a touch. And that technically is us experiencing, in the United States, us experiencing a recession.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing.
Not
a bad thing at all.
No.
So, overall, 2020 is going to be a great year. It's a great year to list, great year to buy. November, great month to buy. Maybe not a great time to list. So, if you are thinking of getting your house up on the market, it's a great time to call my smart team so that we can help you get your house sold before the election season.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for tuning in. We'll talk to you next week.
See you next week.
can I see the bottom of your coffee cup so you can turn it up? Can you hear me now? Roll in when you got it. Cool. I have to, my size, I have to open that one sharp.